Okay, let's talk about the proposal. Did you think there was a chance that Kaitlyn would say no?
No, I mean, I was definitely blindsided. I felt very fortunate towards the end, the validation that she gave me. And listen, like, at the end of the day, like, having done it before, you know how it works, right? And you kind of always know in the back of your mind, you don't know what's going on, and it might not be as great as you think it is. But you really have two choices, right? You can either be, guarded and then end up being like cynical and a little needy and insecure, or you can just trust the person and trust the relationship and be confident. And yeah, you might be a little naive and you might get your heart broken, but like I'm always going to choose the latter, right?
Did you tell her you loved her prior to that?
Yeah, I mean, we told each other, a bunch of times. I mean, I was very lucky. Obviously, there's a fantasy suite, but I was also very lucky that she requested a lot of extra time, and we really enjoyed our private time together. And at the time, I was very surprised that because she's not allowed to say that, right? Even technically in private.
I mean, when I was the Bachelor, the producers are always like, "Don't tell someone you love them. Don't tell them."
Like knowing that's like this, it's not an unwritten rule; it's an actual rule.
Yeah, it's
right?
a rule. You're not supposed to say it because you can change your mind. They always say you can change your mind, so don't say it till the end, just in case.
So she had told me in the fantasy suite. She had told me after I met my parents, and so again, like, what can you do in that environment? Like, do you say, do you really? Are you sure? I don't. You're just like, okay, I'm gonna. You trust that. That's how they feel. But I very much loved her. She still is a great person.
Is that hard for you to get to that conclusion? Like, do you feel any anger?
I mean, listen, like, she broke my heart, but that doesn't make her a bad person, right? That happens all the time. Obviously, I wish she would have handled a lot of things differently towards the end, but I know, Kaitlyn is someone who very much lives in the moment, and maybe to a fault sometimes, but certainly she doesn't mean anything malicious by it. And it sucked. I got my heart broken. I never thought in a million years, when I came back on, I just assumed either she'll send me home right away, or we'll end up together. Right?
What happened when you went home? Like after the show was over, was it hard? Like, did it take a while for you to get over it?
It's like any...
Because you have her phone number. That's one thing that's different. Mostly when these relationships happen on The Bachelor, like, I didn't have the phone numbers of any of the guys on my season, so I couldn't contact them if I wanted to.
You kind of think about, like, do you think she'd reach out to me? Should I reach out to her? And for me, I decided I'm going to accept her decision and just move forward with my life. And we didn't communicate at all. Like any... the days following suck, right? You wake up with kind of that gut-wrenching feeling, but every day gets a little bit better.
Knowing how it all turned out, do you regret going back on the show? Would you do it all over again?
I mean, it's hard to say, would you do it again, but I don't regret it. Like, I knew that, like, had it not come, I would be on my living room couch watching AFR wondering, what if?
You know what, that's exactly what I said when they asked me to be the Bachelorette. I was like, I can't watch the season and always wonder what if.
Yeah.
So I totally get that.
Listen, it didn't work out, but it was a risk, and I knew it was a risk, and you can't just, you can't regret every risk that doesn't work out. I'm not going to pretend that I didn't feel foolish, like I'm the guy who, like, I feel like I'm this, like, really unfortunate Trivial Pursuit question now, like... The guy who's he just takes second all the time. It's fine. Like, you laugh at yourself a little bit, and obviously when you're hard on yourself, like, yeah, it sucks. But listen, I'm very fortunate to have the life that I have. I got a great family and friends, a career that I love.
Well, I personally would like to see you in first. So, as you say, the guy who always takes second, I'd like to see you in first, and I would love to see you as the next Bachelor. Is that something that you would even consider?
I don't know. I mean, people, especially my friends and family who've known about it, have asked. And I spent the past 3 months just focusing on getting kind of over it, and focusing on it. Having thought about it, like, obviously, like, who wouldn't feel really lucky to be asked? But at the same time, like, there's no guarantees.
That's right.
As the lead. You could fall in love with someone who doesn't love you back, right? Or do you end up with the right person? There's been some great love stories in the franchise, but it often doesn't work out.
That's
so
true.
You don't know, but for me, having done it twice, it would be a difficult decision. But again, like I would obviously feel incredibly lucky to even be considered. But
you're my vote.
It would be a tough choice. Yeah.
It's been no secret all season. I've been blogging about it all season.
I always appreciate your support.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of yours. I really truly believe you're sincere. For those of you watching, Nick and my boyfriend Kevin, who is doing this video, thank you, Kevin. I love you.
You're welcome. I love you too.
We just had lunch, and you're such a stand-up guy. You're truly sincere, and for everyone watching, I hope that they can see that and know that. And
that means a lot coming from you.
Thank you. The absolute best in everything you do. So cheers.
Cheers.
To love.
So much. All right. Cheers.
That's like a bachelorette cheers, like champagne. Cheers to love.
You know, we had such an incredible day today.
It was an amazing day.